Hello, my name is Ian Westmoreland. I was injured on December the 8th, 2023, and I was in a road collision where a van knocked me off my bike, where I suffered a spinal cord injury. Before the collision, ordinary for me was very much a life of activity. I used to cycle into work regularly. I used to run regularly, both for leisure but also do marathons. How did I feel after the accident? I had a sense of fatalism that, this has happened and there's no point crying over spilt milk. Because if I descended into despair, I wasn't going to help myself, nor was that going to help Penelope, my daughter, Shell, my wife, or my brother, who came to visit me endlessly. Once I'd reached, let's say, a plateau of physical recovery, that I had time to think about my psychological recovery, and it hit me like a brick wall. I went really downhill mentally, and I was lucky in the fact that I was working with a great psychologist. He helped me deal with the feelings of both guilt, remorse, grief, also feelings that maybe it would be better if I wasn't here, simply because it would then relieve my wife and daughter of the duty they seem of looking after me. What legal support we needed was very much determined by my wife, because obviously she understood far quicker than I did after the accident that there was a need to address. She got on the SIA site. What stood out for Fletchers was the fact that the Spinal Injuries Association and Andy recommended Fletchers. They said, they directed Michelle to them, saying that they specialised in dealing with cases like mine, and they weren't just a normal solicitors. They specialised in this severe injuries, and therefore, they would be better able to deal with my case.
I'm Siobhan. I am a partner at Fletchers. I am a personal injury solicitor who supports people who have suffered life-changing injuries in their claims. Working with Ian has been a genuine privilege. He has really let us in to his family and his life and how he's feeling throughout the process, and that really enables us to do the job that we need to do. We aim to put the client first in everything that we do, and with our seriously injured clients, so much of the focus throughout the claims, but particularly at the early stages, will be on getting the right rehabilitation for the client, for what they need. In Ian's case, we knew that he had a huge focus on finding security for his family and also progressing his own recovery. And so we had to find the right team for him, and that started with the right case manager. And then with the help of the clinical help of the case manager, we were able to build the right sort of multidisciplinary team to help him with all aspects of his recovery, but also provide support for his family, as that was hugely important to him.
The fact that Fletchers looked at my life as a whole and didn't just see me as a client, they heavily invested in the fact that this wasn't just very much a linear process. It's a multifaceted recovery. It was only because of the specialist input by these people that had understood what had happened to me, that without their support, guidance, and kindness, I wouldn't have been able to grab my life by the scruff of the neck and make as much as I possibly could from the shattered life that I once had.
Interim payments and early rehab is so important in the serious injury cases. These are life-changing injuries, and they will impact on so many areas of the client's lives. And whilst we can't change what has happened, we can hopefully make a positive difference by getting some help, whether it be big or small. It really depends on an individual client and what their needs are. I think in personal injury claims, every single client is so unique. And so we can't just go in and do our jobs in the same way with every client. And I think it's just so important for clients to feel heard, to feel as far as possible understood, so that we can really support them in what's important to them.
Well, I left hospital without being able to move any part of my legs. Now I can stand up, I can walk with the aid of a Zimmer frame. I've since started a yoga instructor's course, which hopefully will be finishing this year, in summer this year. But what I've done is I've started to volunteer to work in Roger Cannon East Silk School for 2 days a week, and hopefully maybe I'll be able to increase that. And I've also written a book that has also been published, which, yeah, I'm also hugely anxious, excited about, because it's yet to find out how it's received.
I'm really proud to see Ian today. It has been such a journey for him, and to see from where he was when I first met him in the hospital to now where he is truly achieving some of his goals that he set out from the early days. He's inspiring others. He's written a book about his experience that will no doubt go on to help many other people. He's looking at finishing his new house, and him and his family are able to move forward to that position of security that Ian always wanted for them. I'm passionate about what I do because whilst we can't change what has happened to someone, we can make a really positive impact after the event and support them and their families.
The message that I can give to others is it takes more strength to reach out and ask for help than it does to carry on, regardless alone. Thanks to Fletchers, I've been able to recover as much as possible, both mentally, physically and emotionally. And without their help, I don't think I would have been able to do so. They've been vital in my recovery as a whole.